Good evening, YouTube. Matt M. Roy back once again. Well. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Hope I got the date right. It is Sunday. I tell you, when you're in this type of situation, the days kind of just blend together. I'm actually actively editing, and uploading the vlog for today. It's another 2 day
blessed
vlog.
day, everybody.
I think we'll leave that as is. That looks pretty good. So the president just announced that there's going to be at least another month of these social distancing orders. He was hoping to say that he could have it lifted within the next week or two, but it's going to go at least until the middle of April. So I am freaking out right now because being a social person, I really need that type of stimulation. Not to mention the fact that means the thrift stores will be closed until further notice. That's right, everybody. And this is going to be for you, Mark. I know you've asked me this a few times. The thrift stores are going to be closed until further notice. Basically means that they don't know when they're going to be able to open again, and that's really sad when you consider what that's going to do to the economy. You know, the thrift stores, especially in my area, are the backbone of what a lot of people do. I mean, when you think about it, people not just like me that, resell items like computers, but people that resell all different kinds of items, people who do clothing like on Poshmark, people that sell on eBay like vintage electronics, a lot of their stock comes from the thrift stores. So not good, folks. This is not good. This is getting really serious now. And I don't want to make this whole live stream about, the dreaded COVID-19 and how we're never going to get out of it. But you know what, folks? There is a good chance that our economy is not going to recover totally from this. I mean, this is really scary stuff, but I'll digress from that point. I wanted to do another live stream. And by the way, Mr. Baxter's here, if you guys can see him. He's just chilling on the chair right next to me. You're so cute, aren't you, Mr. Baxter? Mom and I are hoping to get another bike ride in tonight. I did wind up going up to Best Buy with my bike earlier. Mom came with me. She wanted to get a bike ride in, and I need to pick up a solid state hard drive. So we did that. We're going to try to get another one in a little bit later tonight. I'm sitting at, for those of you that are interested, 19,884 steps. So we'll get my 20,000 steps in. And if there is a silver lining to this whole issue with my tooth and all the stuff that's going on, it's that I'm killing it in the weight department. I got on the scale this morning and I was 207. I haven't been 207 in months. Actually, my lowest, I think, was like 205, but that was before I put all the muscle mass on. So that's a good part. You got to look at the silver lining sometimes, folks. I mean, when this stuff gets as absurd as it has been lately, that's the only thing you can do. You really just got to find the positive in all this negative that's going on. See, we got 5 watchers here and we got 1 like so far. By the way, if you're wondering why a lot of my videos and indeed a lot of YouTubers' videos are not streaming in HD all the time, there's a reason for that. YouTube announced early last week that it was going to disable high definition playback to help with the bandwidth. And the reasoning behind that is people are at home now. They don't have a lot to do. So what are they doing? They're binge watching things like Netflix, Hulu, Twitter. So that's taking up a lot of the bandwidth. And so if you see videos out now and they're not always in HD, that's the reason why. Now, I've noticed this is hit and miss. There are some times of the day, especially like this time late at night, that I am able to stream content in high definition. But during the day, when I guess a lot of people are not only trying to get work done, but also trying to watch their favorite episodes of The Walking Dead on Netflix, and that's taxing the bandwidth, they're actually going to limit people to standard definition playback. Eric goes, it even gets worse with the so-called stimulus package, printing money that will turn our money into toilet paper. Yeah, basically what he's talking about there is the more money that the government prints, the less each dollar is worth. And this is nothing new. This is pretty much ever since we went off the gold standard. And I need to move around a little bit. My butt is getting numb already. Yeah, I'm not surprised it's in 1080p right now. Like I said, it's certain times of the day. It just really depends. It'll fluctuate back and forth. Now, one thing I've been having a real problem with lately is finding product. Now, you guys know, where you will know once the vlog's uploaded and you watch it, that I did wind up buying that pallet of 42 computers on eBay. That's all well and good, but my big problem now is finding monitors to pair with them, because I literally have 2 monitors left, and I was banking on the fact that a couple of the lesser known thrift stores would stay open and not close during this. Not going to happen, folks. The very last thrift store in Norfolk, Best Thrift, just announced, I think it was 2 days ago, that they were going to be closed until further notice. So what do we take away from this? Well, if you're conducting business, it's all going to have to be done online, which really stinks, because not only you have to pay shipping, but also things like the post office, FedEx, UPS, all of that is going to be slowed down now, because it's going to be like the Christmas rush. They're going to have to deal with this influx of people trying to move product around the country because they can't get it locally anymore. Yeah, that's a good point. Eric says that people are cleaning their garages out now, and that is true. Their garages, sheds, they have the time to do that. So, heck, you're probably finding all your product on the side of the road right now. That's a good thing. That's actually really awesome. So, I want to share a couple of links with you guys to some SSDs that I'm looking at on eBay. And please do not buy these sources out on me. I'm going to do this. Go ahead and take a look at them. These are the 2 ADATA drives, the 120 gig and the 240 gigs, that I'm going to be actively using in the Dell Optiplex computers that I just purchased. Now, the reason I like these hard drives is plain and simple. Well, for 2 reasons. One, the price. It's cheaper per gigabyte than most SSDs on the market right now. And number 2, I can readily get them online. I get them directly from the source. In other words, ADATA, they make them in California. So they're making these hard drives and shipping them right out to me. And number 3, they have fantastic read and write speeds, even better than what's listed on the drive itself. I actually did a comparison in an earlier vlog between the ADATA SU630s and the PNY-CS 900s, and the ADATAs blew them out of the water. I was floored at how good they were. So for the time being, I'm going to stick with these ADATA SSDs. And a lot of you probably already know this that follow Carrie Holzman's channel, but Carrie has been using a lot of these in his new builds, not to necessarily do a name drop or anything like that. Incidentally, this may go without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. I may not be doing any videos for the next couple of days, live streams or vlogs. It's just going to depend on how good this dentist is, and if he can make me feel good, because I do really bad with Novocaine, folks. I actually am allergic to Novocaine, so it physically makes me ill. Now, that being said, that's all the dentists are willing to give you anymore. They don't do the gas. I guess there was a bunch of lawsuits back a few years ago where people are getting brain damage from getting the gas. You know, the what do they call it? The laughing gas. I forget the term for it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So they have to give you Novocaine. And being that I have an allergy to it, sometimes it takes me a day or two to recover from that Novocaine. They were back a long time ago when I had to have some extensive work done. They had to use so much of it. It took me 3 days to get my appetite back. It actually made me that nauseous. But I'm going to move on. I really don't want to talk about that part of it. I'm trying not to think about it, honestly. Eric's Friday Chow. For my new laptop, I have a Micro Center brand 240 gigabyte NVMe SSD, Western Digital Blue 1 terabyte, a 2.5-inch SSD, along with 16 gigs of RAM. Whew, that thing's going to be a beast. I like the Western Digital Blue SSDs. They're solid. They're solid state drives. They're pretty quick. I would still say the ADATA ones are a little bit faster. Mark Covington's here. Nice to see you again, Mark. We're just chatting away. Ray Sanchez, working at home. Any home workout you recommend? Yes. Get yourself a sit-up bench like I have over there. Hopefully a better quality one. While you're binge watching, you can be doing sit-ups. You can do push-ups with those. You're definitely going to get some free weights. Pick up some free weights if you don't have them. I make do with these here. I have two of them. These are just 15-pound free weights. I like to do the bicep curls like this and then lift. Just do your weights. And aerobic exercise is also very important. So get out and walk. If you can't get out and walk, you can do the military march like I do every day in my room. It looks kind of funny and people might make fun of you for it, but you know what? It'll keep you in shape. Apparently Milo's here now. I'm actually digging this angle. I moved the webcam around to the opposite side, and it seems like the light picks it up a little bit better. Let me see. I don't want to drain my face out too much. Let me see if I can put this light face down. I actually think that looks pretty good, better than it has. So I think I'm going to stick with this angle in the future. Eric's Variety Channel. Most of my stuff gets offloaded onto either a 4 terabyte SSD in my desktops or a external 4 terabyte or both. You have a 4 terabyte solid state hard drive? That's insane. That must have cost a pretty penny. I have some 4 terabyte hard drives, but they're conventional. There's no way I'm going SSDs with those. Just chatting, Mark. That's right. You may not have heard it before, but this one's for you, Mark. The thrift stores are closed until further notice, which means I have no idea when they're going to open again, if they're going to open again. Well, I'm sure they'll open again, but it could be months down the road. Okay, yeah. I thought that's what you meant when you said 4 terabytes because I knew instinctively that let's see. I'm just curious. Let's look it up real quick. We'll go on eBay since I use eBay a lot. So a 4 terabyte, or in this case a 3.84 gigabyte, which they consider a 4 terabyte SSD, is going to set you back about $479. So SSDs have definitely come down in price, but I don't know about you guys. That's definitely not in my budget. I'm doing all right, Stephen. Trying to stay sane in these really weird times that we're living in right now. Fingers crossed that my dentist does not cancel my appointment tomorrow. And I don't even officially have an appointment, but it is an emergency. So if he's in the office, then he has to see me. But I will tell you that it's gotten better. I don't have the shooting pain like I did when the tooth first broke. So the nerve has definitely calmed down, but I definitely need to get something done because I can't drink anything hot or cold because it'll aggravate the nerve. So I'm thinking it's either abscessed. Probably it's definitely abscessed. I can tell you right now it's abscessed, but it definitely has the nerve partially exposed. What is going to be at least a month before the I have no idea, Mark. Honestly, if you listen to what the president says, he's saying that this might go into June before it's all said and done. We maybe have to be practicing social distancing through the summer months too. So I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a politician. I'm not going to speculate here, but I'm just going by the facts, and that's what he's saying at the moment. It could go into the middle of June. But the social distancing is going to have to go on for at least another month, so that's going to be to the middle of April. Oh, man, I think I need to close my window. I was feeling pretty good allergy-wise. Now all of a sudden I'm all stuffed up and nasally. So we got 10 watchers here and 5 likes. So here's a little bit of homework for my subscribers out there. Now we got 10 of you here, probably have a few more. What do you want to see? Right now, other than working on the computers, there's really nothing else I can do. My time is spent with the family. And honestly trying to think up YouTube content. So let me know in the chat, and you guys can leave messages in the live chat. You can leave them afterwards. I'll get them. What kind of videos do you want to see me do? I already know a lot of you out there are going to say tech-related videos, and I'll have you covered there in the near future. But do you want me to go somewhere? Do you want me to film maybe elevator videos? How many of you are still elevator fans on my channel? Thank you, Brad. I appreciate that. I really do, because it's a hard time for all of us now. No, that doesn't sound crazy at all, Stephen. I could definitely include the cats in more videos. The only weird thing with these two, cat videos are only fun when they're usually playing, and for the most part, these two don't play. I've always had that luck. I get cats that don't like to play. Chris Garrett sat down to eat a sandwich. My dog licked the bread. He is bad, sometimes like your cat. Yeah, that's definitely something Milo would do, although Milo would probably eat the sandwich before I even had a chance to. Mark Company said a lot more tech, cooking, and cold start videos. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Cooking videos, definitely. I definitely have some more cooking videos in the pipeline. As soon as this gets fixed and I can start eating things again, most definitely. Probably not going to do much with fire alarms because I don't know enough about them, and I don't want to look like an idiot looking at fire alarms in various places. But I know there are a lot of different videos on YouTube about fire alarms. Do a video on your old PC. Well, I did one in a vlog a few days ago about the HP Pavilion that I used, and I also did one about that custom-built Pentium 3 that I was playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on. I haven't done one recently on my Pentium 2 Dell Dimension XPS D233 because it needs a power supply, and I don't have the funds to do that. But as soon as that gets up and running again, definitely going to do a video on that. I love to do that fart prank. That's a classic. I'll have to wait until social distancing is done, though. All right, that is it, tubers. There's going to be a short live stream. Mom and I are going to try to get another bike ride in, but I want everybody to stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Remember, we're all cooped up now. We're all having to stay together, so we all need to try not to get on each other's nerves. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.